Hello, my name is Dave Bennet, one of the many volunteers here at NAC TV, and this is Coffee Chat, a program of interesting discussion. And I have some guests with me today. The president of the Manitoba Elks Association, Rachel Friesen. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And Jim Schmall, a longtime member of the Neepawa BPO Elks.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
And Liway Cabrera, a parent, yes, of a deaf child, and the Elks are involved in programs similar to that, and we've asked Liway to tell us a bit about how they've helped her and her family. So that's our program for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. It should be very interesting. And I'll start with you, Rachel. The other two here maybe are known to some of our viewers, being local. You belong to the Altona Elks Lodge,
Yes.
I know that much, and you haven't been an Elks member for that long. So tell me about your Elks journey. How did you get started? And
So my best friend actually has been an elk for over 20 years.
Wow.
She actually joined when she was 18, so she was quite young when she joined. And I like to help and I like to volunteer, and so I often would volunteer with them, and I did for years and years and years. And they would always ask me, why don't you just join? You help with the volunteering. There's no point for you. And I don't know why it took me so long, but I was a little bit of a holdout. And so I only actually joined in 2019, even though I was helping with a lot of things well before that. And when I did join, then I got heavily involved. And before that, I had a young child at home up until that point.
okay.
And so that probably had a big factor for me, is that I was involved in quite a few other boards. So I was like on the daycare board and on the school board and on the, so I was.
Right, those sorts of things. So now you've joined your local Elks Lodge.
Yes.
You're very familiar, obviously, what they do. But then you moved up. You probably became president or whatever, the leader of your lodge rather quickly, I'm guessing.
Well, and it's actually funny. I've been involved with our lodge, but I actually never sat on our lodge. I was asked by the Manitoba Elks Association. They needed somebody to come in, and they needed somebody to sit on that board. And
Oh.
I have a lot of board experience,
Okay.
so I was like, yes, absolutely. Put me wherever you need me. Put me where you need me. That's what I would like to do. So I started on that board before I even started on our local board. Altona is very fortunate. We have a lot of members, and we like to have them have a chance to be involved as much as possible. So I didn't have to worry about taking a spot from anybody there. And so I was on the Manitoba Elks Association, and I've been on that board. I've been part of the Manitoba Elks Association for the past this is my 4th year being on that
All
board.
right, on
So
that board, and moved in. So this is your
this is my first year.
year. Is it a 1-year?
It is a
posting?
1-year term, unless you're like my first vice president. If they are ready to take over, so if he is ready to move in next year, then he will
Yeah.
move in. If he is saying that he would like 1 more year
Okay.
to go, then I will do a 2-year term. But normally it is a 1-year
It's a
term.
1 year, but
Yeah.
sometimes
Sometimes
too, depending
people-
on, well, I know in our Rotary Club, we often do more than 1 year, although it's
Yeah.
intended to be only one because of
Yeah.
lack of people that are prepared to move up and so on. So that's great to see people, young people like yourself, that, is interested in doing leadership roles like that. So you said you have a lot of members in your Altona club. Tell me
Yes,
about that.
yeah,
That sounds unusual to me.
It is. It is. Unfortunately, like a lot of the lodges are finding is that we're having a hard time getting younger people. We have lots of older members, but we're having a hard time getting younger members to come and join us. And now we're in a point where we are really focusing on membership and finding ways where we can reach out. And in Altona, we've been really fortunate that those of us that have kids have been able to convince them, like they've aged up, right? So my son is also an elk, so he's 24. Well, when he came, he brought a bunch of his friends. So that,
That's the secret.
that's the secret, is that you get one younger person, and then that one young person brings a bunch of people with them. And also, we started reaching out to different places. So in Altona, one of the things we've done is there's a lot of community engagement and there's a lot of different organizations doing different things. So you have cancer care.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What we've started doing is our lodge has started partnering with those groups, and what we do is we partner with them to help them fundraise for whatever they're fundraising
doing,
for.
Okay.
Because it is a great way for us to meet new people and meet new members, and it's a way, you know, because you can be more you can be part of the Elks and part of the Rotary. You can be on more than one thing. So we realize that we shouldn't be fighting for fundraising dollars against people in our community. The whole point, we're fundraising for our community.
So
we should be helping them.
So most of your fundraising in Elks is for local community as opposed to a national program or something like that?
So we have a national charity, the Fund for Children, that all the Elks lodges across Canada can draw from that fund.
Okay.
So as lodges, we do fundraise for that. But mainly it's about helping our communities. Most of our lodges, we are fundraising for things going on in our community right at like whatever is coming on. So, you know, you have the Elks Manor that you guys have done lots of fundraising for, now the hospital, correct?
Yep.
Here in Neepawa. And it's the same thing in all of these other smaller communities, is that we are fundraising to make sure that we send to the national, because we pull money from that for our communities, for people like your son, right? So we do pull from those funds and bring it back into our community, but we also are wanting to fundraise and help with whatever initiatives is going on currently. So
locally.
Locally, yeah,
right.
exactly.
Like the Neepawa Hospital as an example.
Yeah.
That's exactly, yes,
right.
absolutely. And so we want to, you know, and that's kind of our mandate, is mainly children. That is our mandate.
I thought that was true, yes.
Yes,
right.
so our mandate is children. And we mainly focus on speech, hearing, and medical needs. But
you do, okay.
For the most part, and that, like, for our fund, when we're pulling money for the Fund for Children, that's mainly what it is coming for, or it's coming for crisis. So and a lot of people don't know that. So I don't know if you guys, does your fire department know about that here?
The Fund for Children?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Altona, our fire department, they know that if there is a house fire and there are children in the home, that they can contact us and we can get emergency funds for that family. So we can pull from that national fund to get emergency funds for those children, so that they can.
And we have done
Jim.
that in the last 5 years, where we have had a fire up in the Eden area, where there were two boys, and we got money for them, and they used it to replace some of their hockey equipment.
Oh, I see.
You know,
okay, so that's from the national.
That's
from the
National
Fund for
Charity,
Children,
yeah.
yes.
Fund for Children.
And Neepawa Lodge has called on that fund a couple of times
Yes.
for that very purpose.
Yes.
Whenever there's a fire.
Yeah,
and
whenever
there's
there's a fire.
and there's children involved.
Yes, then we can.
That we can trigger that.
So are all provinces sort of equally involved in Elks? Or I suspect maybe some provinces are maybe more involved than others, but they're in all provinces.
All provinces.
Yeah, we're in all provinces,
Yeah.
and so some provinces have more lodges than others.
Right.
So like like Ontario is small, which considering how big they are.
Ontario's small, really.
Yeah.
in number,
Ontario's small. Alberta and BC have the most lodges, I would say. They're the biggest.
Okay.
And then Saskatchewan would probably be
Saskatchewan,
next.
yeah.
So how many lodges in Manitoba?
In Manitoba, we're sitting at 11. So
Okay.
we did have quite a few more, but unfortunately, they aged out. So what happened is, you lose members because they get to the point where all of the members pass away, but we haven't gotten new members for that lodge.
Exactly.
And then the lodge dies
You
because
see,
of it.
we've had actually 3 or 4 lodges right around Neepawa close within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Gladstone Lodge closed this year, January 1. Carberry Lodge closed a year ago. Minnedosa Lodge closed 15 years ago. Brandon Lodge, Big Brandon Lodge
Closed.
So
So how are you guys hanging on here in Neepawa?
well, we're just hanging on.
Yeah.
Like, our membership is 13, and of that 13, 8 are really active. Really active.
And this is, and so this is also kind of a push for people that are watching,
Right.
is if you're interested in helping kids, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We help kids, we help our communities. And if that's something that you find interest in, you come find Jim
Yeah.
and and join the Elks. And it's low commitment. Like we don't do so much stuff that you are constantly
No.
busy.
So
No.
what about meetings and so on? What are lodge meetings usually like? I know these used to be quite formal in the past, and that
Yes.
scares people away perhaps.
Yes.
Can you tell me, has
We've
that
gotten
changed?
away from that. Our meetings now basically are a round table type meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we meet once a month, with the exception of July and August. We take that off.
Okay.
So we have 10 meetings a year.
And that's somewhat business or planning or
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
that, as opposed to
Right.
social. You probably have a couple of social
Well, yes.
get-togethers, maybe,
Yeah, we
but-
do. We usually have a Christmas social.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a large chunk of the lodges have started doing that. Is that they're saying like we do. The Elks has a rich history, and there's a lot of things like we have rituals and stuff that we have, but we have now gone to saving those kinds of things for like a special occasion and
Okay.
teaching new, because it is more that
Right.
you know
Right.
when we're getting together we need to get stuff done because we're planning the next thing that we're raising funds for,
Right.
this, that, or whatever. And that's another thing is that I don't know about your lodge, but for our lodge we have a lot of members that they just read the minutes. They don't actually come to the meetings.
Yeah.
They come when we're doing an activity. Like they read the minutes and they're like, oh, this is coming up, and then we have a group chat, so they message and they'll be like, I'll do this for that, and I'll do.
Okay.
And so they'll volunteer their time. They'll come and they'll volunteer to help with the activities that we're doing, the fundraising that we're doing. But we never see them at meetings. They just
Right.
don't come,
Right.
and
Well,
that's okay.
Yeah, that's certainly the way things are moving. Like
Yeah.
I know of organizational activities that have happened here in Neepawa, and it was a specific cause that was needed, or this or that, and all kinds of people will show up and help, but they don't want to belong to an official organization of some kind and have commitments, I suppose. And it works, I guess, and you seem to have made it work in Altona.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, I think times change. Like when I joined the Elks 60 plus years ago, we had 114 members in Neepawa Lodge.
Oh, wow.
114. And we had fantastic meetings. And, you know, we sponsored minor hockey,
Yep.
minor baseball, and, you know, the Festival of the Arts. And you name it. It was just one thing after another that we sponsored. Well, we're still trying to sponsor a few of those. We put up a scholarship, $1,000 scholarship at the high school every year, and I think we have for 40 years.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. When I was there.
Yeah, and you know, things like that. We've supported Touchwood Park and NACTV.
That's
And
we appreciate
actually,
it.
speaking of NACTV,
Oh,
here's-
money.
here's a check in the amount of $100 for NACTV.
Well, thank you very much. There,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
give that to Liway here. Liway works at the TV station for our viewers, perhaps, that don't know. And maybe Liway will turn to you. It's a nice segue here. That
Sure,
we
sure.
can do that and tell us a bit. I know you came from the Philippines 6 years ago, direct to Neepawa, I think, as such, with your family. And you applied for the job here at NACTV. I would think I was chair of the board at the time, and you were number one candidate, and we hired you. So you've been here for 6 years with the and you do on air and lots of jobs now and so on. But anyway, your son Sander is how old now?
Sander, my son, is already 16 years old now.
Wow.
So when we came here, he was 10, just 10. And then, it was in 2019. And afterwards, it was COVID. So during that time, I was a little bit anxious, of course, of how I can help my son, because I was supposed to teach him at home. Because
Yeah.
He was
The-
born deaf, right?
yeah, he was born deaf. Yeah, he was born deaf. So, yeah. And he has already hearing aids. He has hearing aids. Yeah. So he can communicate a little bit of speech, but not that much. Sign language is still his means of communication. And then, so when we came here, I don't know what to do. So I asked help, because there's Manitoba Possible also helping us. If you are a newcomer, they will really get in touch with you and help you navigate the different resources that are available. So they helped me with the American Sign Language course for me, and then also the teacher, some of the EAs, the educational assistant that's helping him in school. Yeah, but during COVID time, I'm the main teacher for him. So I need to take on take American Sign Language course, and then I ask how about my son? There's no funding for Manitoba possible for the deaf kid.
There's no fund. Sorry.
No, yeah. When I ask, there's no fund for the student. So, but they're helping us ask for resources that could help him. Because I usually ask for help because I'm also a social development worker in the Philippines. So I know that there are a lot of resources.
Sure.
You just need to seek,
Right.
for
Right.
help. So that's what I did. I asked Manitoba Possible how we can get funding for my son to take a course, a sign language course, and so they researched, and then they found out that Elks, yeah, that's how and then I also researched some other organization that's helping. I found out Silent Voice Canada, based in Toronto. So they during COVID they provide online ASL course. So I also got connected with them and then asked for funding, and then that's how I got in touch with Elks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been helping him during COVID time because they funded the course for Sander, so it helped him cope up with COVID as well because he got connected with other deaf kids as well, so it helped him. And also my daughter, who is not deaf, but he also needs to communicate with my son, so she was part also of the training, the training. So yeah.
So the Neepawa, you guys got involved, Jim,
Okay.
somehow in this. How
we
did you
got
do that?
involved, you were working through a therapist out of Brandon. Maybe it wasn't a therapist, maybe it was an organization that did the research.
That's Manitoba Possible, yeah.
That's right, Manitoba Possible. They contacted us, and then we got in touch with Liway, and then we approached the Elks of Canada, the National Fund for Children. We got the forms,
Yeah.
and they filled them out. We sent them away. It wasn't a large claim or anything like that, but at that time, I think we bought that American Sign Language program through Toronto. Was it?
Yeah.
Well,
Silent Voice.
this last time it was south of Winnipeg, wasn't it?
Yeah, this last time I also got in touch with Jim
Yeah,
to ask for help
yeah,
again
yeah.
because he's turning into high school. He's in high school now, actually.
Right.
So
you needed a more advanced,
more advanced. Yeah. So I was thinking
program.
because
And so
actually
we went back to Grand Lodge and the Fund for Children, and we said, this is an ongoing case. And so they didn't require us to fill in all the forms again, which was very nice of them in Grand Lodge. And so they bought the program. And as I said, it was now through an outlet south of Winnipeg. And so it was easy to get a hold of, and it was more advanced. So
just more advanced sign language?
yeah. For sign, for there's a lot of levels that we need to take. Like if the vocabulary is in high school is also he needs to upgrade his vocabulary. So even
what
the
is there at the high school here? And need to get close
Oh,
to
sorry.
the mic here.
Oh, yeah,
I'll talk loudly. I think we're okay. So what is there at the high school? He's had an aide all along since you came 6 years ago. Has he in school?
like
A sign
a
language aide?
TA.
EA, yeah.
He has an EA,
Yeah.
but does the
Speech.
EA have sign language?
Yeah, actually, the EA is also getting American Sign Language course. I'm not sure if it's the school or also Manitoba Possible, but during COVID, we got the course together with the EA and the teacher, some of his teachers during that time. Yeah.
But in high school now, of course, he's got many teachers. You know, there's the math teacher, the English teacher, the physics teacher, the EA.
So EA, is working with him one-on-one. So he translates like like when the math teacher teaches. He interprets through through ASL. And also through visual, because deaf kids or deaf people usually it's easier for them to understand things through visual presentation. So they use some of that as well.
So the school division they're paying that EA. So the school division is obviously
Yes.
contributing to this as
Oh, yes,
well. It's
very much so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wonderful that these organizations can cooperate. We sometimes see that
Mm-hmm.
in areas where cooperation is lacking these days, but certainly
Mm-hmm.
it is working well here. So that's wonderful. So he's in grade 10?
Yeah, he's in grade 10 now, and then
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, math is his strongest. Yeah. Yeah, and actually he got the principal's award, the principal's honor award
Right.
last school year. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
great.
Huh?
That's great.
That's awesome. Huh?
And the Elks are really, really pleased that we were able to help you, Liway.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And your
yeah.
family and Sander. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why that fund is so important, because
Yes.
anybody, any lodge anywhere in Canada can pull from that
Right.
for exactly for this. This is what it's for. That's why we have that fund. So it's really important that we can do that and that we can help people in our communities
Yeah.
and be that resource for them, because like you said, there's not a lot of funding out there for those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful to know that because when there's like limitations to what government supports can provide to us, like especially for people with disabilities, it's
Right.
time to maybe check which other resources could provide
Right.
help.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And you see, the thing is, this fund has been around for a while. It has a tax number. Anyone can donate to that fund
Yes.
and get a tax receipt. I do every year. My family and we've done it for years. And because we believe in that fund and believe in helping other children. And
So is there a local contact like yourself that would help
yes,
some people?
I've got forms.
Form whatever to
Yep.
contact them
Yep.
And so on. So that
Yep.
I presume you could just Google the Elks
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our
Fund
national-
for Children.
But
Yeah,
we
well, the
have the
national
forms,
website.
yeah.
The national website. You can, if
Yeah.
you're donating, you can donate
Sure.
on the national
Online,
web.
yeah.
Online on the national website easily. If you're looking to pull from that fund, you just need to find your local Elks Lodge,
Yep.
and you go speak to your any of your local Elks Lodges. And for Neepawa, that would be
Yeah.
come talk to Jim.
Yep.
So, and they will help you. They will help you find the forms, get the
Yeah,
forms. They'll
we
help
have the
fill them out
forms,
if we
yeah.
need to,
Yep.
and navigate that for whatever is needed.
And you can also donate in memory of people.
Yes.
Like we had a very good elk, Brother Gerald Buchanan passed away. And Gerald was in the Elks over 60 years. He and I used to josh back and forth because he was 6 months older in the Elks than I was. Yeah, anyways, we made donations in his memory. And you can do that for anyone. It doesn't have to be an elk member. You can donate in memory of, it's kind of like the foundation here in town.
Correct.
You can make a donation in memory of someone. Yeah. So it's very important. And I think, in my mind, that fund for children is the greatest thing that the Elks have done in the history of elkdom in Canada.
And
Well-
it's been going for
It's been
ever
going,
since you joined, you think?
46, I think. Let me
Yeah.
just quickly
Years.
check. I can tell you. Because it's right
you
at the
see,
front.
at one time,
1956 was the
Yeah,
inception.
you see, and I joined in '61, so it was already. They used to call it the Elks Purple Cross Fund.
Oh, yeah, I
It
remember
was the
that,
Purple
yes.
Cross Fund. Well, then they got the Royal Purple, the sister organization of the Elks, involved, and then they named it the Elks and Royal Purple Fund for Children. Yeah.
Yes, and then in the 90s, a lot of the lodges combined. So the royal purple had been the women and the elks had been the men. So a lot of them combined. We do still have some royal purple lodges though in Alberta.
Yeah.
So we keep that because we do still have a handful of their Elks Royal Purple. So there's now a separate charity that offshooted that is called, that's not us. We're the Elks Royal Purple. So yeah.
So I have a question then. This is for children. So basically 18 under or under 18.
Yeah.
So Sandra's soon going to reach adulthood. Is he eligible? Will he be eligible through Manitoba Possible for some help? Do you know?
Yeah, actually no. Yeah.
I don't know.
After 18, I don't. Yeah, I think not. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. That as in what you've done to help Sandra. This is a great program that you know.
You've got a ticket there right in front
Oh
of
yeah,
you,
that's
Dave.
right. I was going to tell this.
And that money is going to the Fund for Children. It's called the Walk for Kids, and it's this weekend in Altona.
Yes, it is. So the Elks, we send these tickets out to all the lodges in Manitoba, and our members sell the tickets. And then we, so this year Altona is hosting.
Yeah.
So all of the Elks gather their tickets and they all meet in Altona, and we will do a walk around Altona, and then they will do draws for the tickets.
And
So
the proceeds from this fundraiser goes to
Right.
the Fund for Children.
Right.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
well, I do have one of those tickets.
Yeah,
I don't know
you-
where I put it, so you've reminded me I might be a winner. That's,
You might be a
I
winner.
might be a winner. That's great. Well, just before we wrap this up, then, Jim, maybe you'd said that your 70th anniversary
Yes.
of the Neepawa Lodge is coming up in November.
In November, the 5th of November.
Do you have any plans as a group that made at all?
We discussed it, and I think this is going to be part of it with our provincial president here,
Okay.
even though it's a month early. And actually, our national Grand Exalted Ruler was going to come too, and that was going to be part of our plans. But we may just go out for supper and
As a group, yes.
and then go back for a fellowship at the Elks Manor. Yeah. But yes, the Neepawa Elks were instituted on November the 5th, 1956.
So that's 70 years. That
Yeah.
come
That's-
November the 5th.
No,
so-
no, I'm sorry, 1955.
oh
Oh,
yes,
yes,
yeah,
of course.
2025.
1955.
Dear, I'm the
Yes.
math
Yeah.
teacher and I didn't pick
Yeah,
up on
yeah. 1955, November the 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's any people, viewing this, Elks, I guess, around or whatever, this is happening, if you're interested in congratulating them or even coming over to Neepawa, perhaps, I'm sure,
Sure.
just give Jim a call. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know him.
Sure.
And you can do that. Or any local people
Sure.
here
Yeah.
that just you see Jim and some of the other Elks on the street, congratulate them for carrying the banner
Yeah.
forward.
And I think over the years, probably the greatest achievement of the Neepawa Elks is sitting down there on Main Street
Yeah.
as you come into town, the Elks Manor. And it's a 50-suite seniors complex. It was started in 1992, opened in 93. So it's coming up, in a few years,
Yes.
35 years, which is the end of the mortgage.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's good
That's
news.
good to know.
And we've got, as I say, 15 suites. We've got 15 suites that are rent to income. They're supported by Manitoba Housing.
Oh, are they? Okay.
And then we have 35 suites that are made up of 1 and 2 bedroom suites. And
Well, I know
we've got a
certainly-
long waiting list, so I would encourage people, if you're interested, get your name on the list as soon as possible.
Yeah,
as
so
soon
it's-
as possible.
Isn't that so often people have the need and,
Yeah.
and they can't
That's right.
get past the
Yeah.
list at all?
And in my mind, that's our greatest legacy is there.
Well, it's a monument that's going to be there for a
Yes,
long time too,
yes,
Jim. After you and
yes.
your members are gone, it'll
Yeah.
still be there and operating. So,
And we have a board, like the actual manor is separate from the Elks.
okay.
When we set that up, it was a separate limited company. So it has been managed by the Elks Lodge, But we've just recently shifted that responsibility to a group of volunteers. And now we have a board that is made up of volunteers from the community, and it just so happens to be offspring of Elks and Royal
Oh.
Purple members to start with.
Surely.
And then when we run out of those, then we're going to bring in people from the community. Or they are going to, not me, they are going to bring in people from the
So
community.
how many are on that board? Half a dozen?
There
maybe?
are, no, there are, I think, 10 on that
10.
board. Yeah.
So they may be
And,
looking
and we've got them staggered, 3,
okay.
2, and 1 year.
1 year.
So there's turnover on the board. It's not a life sentence to go on that board. And that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
Well, I think you've done a wonderful job with that,
Well,
really.
yeah.
And I want to thank you all for coming in today. Rachel, nice,
Yes, yeah.
nice to meet you, and your enthusiasm for Elks and their programs and so on. And Jim and his, I always know his enthusiasm for Elks and that locally. And Liway, thank you for coming
Yeah.
and telling us a bit about how the program has helped you. So to the viewers, I hope that you found the program interesting. And please join us again next time on Coffee Chat when we have a program that will be equally interesting. I'm Dave Bennet, and good day.